Okay, so this is our 2014 Princess 72 charter boat B4, as you can see. And today I'm going to give you a detailed tour of this boat and show you why she is such a fantastic charter boat. Okay, so the first thing you notice when you get on board this Princess 72 is the huge cockpit. So as you walk on board, you're just greeted with this huge space that is absolutely lovely. Now, while I'm filming today, you might notice that I'm really hot and sweaty. That's because I am. And it's about 38 degrees today. And also, we're filming in Calidor Marina in Mallorca, where this lovely boat is based. And it's quite busy, so you'll hear lots of background noise too. Apologies in advance. This boat, when we bought it, the reason we bought it is because it had 4 cabins, 2 crew, and this lovely high-low platform with this Williams Sport Jet 345. And this whole platform goes up and down the water. This is the crew cabin door here. This is the lit name, and then this is where we store other parts in like a garage area, but you can't put your tender in the garage there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you inside, and the first thing you notice about the saloon is the size of it. Look at the size of this saloon. Look, it just keeps on going and going and going. So, we have a high-low TV here. We have all this lovely seating around the table. And we've got the dining table as well. Loads of glass. Look at the glass. Lovely flat ceilings. Galley on the starboard side. And if you come and have a look, I'll show you a little feature here. It's a bit of a gizmo. I quite like gizmos. If I press that button there, it shields the cook. And if I open that button there, it opens it up. Now, isn't that good? And it shows you a little herb garden we've got going on here. The all-important Nespresso machine. So, this boat is prepared for charter. She goes out on charter again tomorrow morning. So I've quickly just said to the crew, let's jump on board and let's have a quick look round, because I've never done a tour. Now, as you know, Nick from Aquaholic did a fantastic video on this boat. I think it was last year or the year before last, where he took his family on board for a holiday. If you search up his channel, you'll find that video, and it just gives you a snapshot of what chartering a luxury cruiser is like. But today, this is just about showing you a bit more detail about the boat and its systems. So, in the galley, you've got a big fridge freezer full of lovely milk and vegetables and whatever else the guests have ordered for their next trip. You've also got the oven with the hob, and I don't really like these, but it's got a dishwasher. Now, how pointless is this dishwasher? Look how big it is. You ready? By the time you've loaded it, you've got to unload it again. I mean, it's tiny, isn't it? But anyway, it's a Miele. Is that spelt, or is that pronounced correctly? I think I've pronounced it correctly. A Miele, made in Germany. So very, very nice bit of equipment if you like that sort of thing. So let's go down below. Before we go down below, I just want to show you the helm, which is over to the starboard here. You've got all the electronic gizmos you'd normally expect. It's got bow and stern thrusters, and this boat is fitted with fins which stabilise the boat like fish gills. We've also got water maker, we've got twin ray marine screens, and the boat systems are all controlled by a boning system, or bonning. It's German, but I'll tell you a bit more about that Now, because the boning system is controlled here. So can you see that on the screen there? Can they see that? So you've got this, the batteries, start batteries, navigation, deck equipment. These are all just the trips. But here, if you watch, where's that? Oh, here we go. Look, we can see how much water we got. We got 47%. Let's see how much. Let's see how much poo we've got on board. There's the generator. This water. That's water, isn't it? Water. Shore water. Shore water. Maybe they've hidden that menu. They don't want you to see that. Anyway, you press all these buttons and you can see various things about how the boat works. So, I'm going to walk backwards and explain the boat from where you are there, and then we'll go into more detail. So, that's the bow of the boat. Here we have a double cabin, which I'll go into in a second. Here we've got the day heads. In here we've got a twin, which I'll go into, and at the back of the boat you've got the master. So let's start off with the VIP at the bow. Oh dear. This is the VIP cabin, and I love it. Don't you love this too? This is really nice. Look, I better change that actually, because that's for guests. I'll keep it with me. You get a bottle of water. Look, when you spend 35,000 euros a week, we give you a free bottle of water. Blinds, lovely storage everywhere. Got a sunroof. You've got a lovely little dressing table. Can you see that? And we have a wardrobe here with a big sound system in it. And if I skirt over here, here's the bathroom. Now, I'm going to introduce a new test in these bathrooms, which is called the flossing test. Because I've been staying on a boat the last few days, and some boats, I can't quite dry myself. But as you can see, in this one, with the shower door open, I can dry myself. It's a new test which is going to really show the men from the boys. We've also got a little heated towel rail, which you can see there. And my favourite sinks. Perrin and Row, Mayfair, London. Lovely lighting. Oh, just such a... Princess do the best bathrooms, bar no one. So this is the corridor leading back to the saloon, but this boat has got the proper hatches with the stainless surrounds, which you know I love. But what is the point of having these hatches if you don't know what's beneath them? So come and have a look. This one here has got some bilge pumps, and we're also storing some water. Now that's the bottom of the boat down there, look. There's the water we're storing, and this is the bilge pumps here. So that's quite a boring one, to be honest, but it gives you an idea. So we have another bathroom there. If you just sweep in there, I can show the floss test in that one as well. Oh, this one is huge. This is huge. Yeah, this is good. The floss test is passed. Where's my rag on this one? God, it's so hot. Right. Then we have this lovely double here to starboard. And again, look at the headroom. Got a TV, more wardrobes, more blinds. My shirt's sticking to my back now. More cushions on the bed so you can't get into bed. And look, we've got a daddy towel, a mummy towel, and a baby towel. How cool is that? Right, another little mirror for dressing up. Then further down the corridor, should we have a look at this little hole, see what this one does? Oh, that's got more groceries and stuff in it. Washing powder. Lots of useful space. So, in here to port, we have the twin. Now, when you're choosing a cabin on the boat, if you're lucky enough to be able to choose a cabin on a boat when you go chartering, and you think, oh no, the person paying is going to have the master and they're going to have the best night's sleep, think again. If the lady or gentleman chartering the boat takes the master cabin, which is the biggest, and it's very nice, and I'll show you it, they're next to the machinery space. The next best cabin is the bow cabin. But guess what? When you're anchor, the anchor's pulling on the roof of the cabin there, so you'll hear all the anchor chain noises. These two amidship cabins, well, they're forward of amidships, actually are small. They have less windows, so they're darker, and because they're smaller, the air conditioner works better. So actually, if you want the best night's sleep, I'd pick one of these. That's what I do. So we now go down some stairs to the back of the boat where the master cabin is, but there's a couple of more surprises on the way. The first is that we have got a Miele washing machine. Actually, that's a dryer. And on this side, we have a Miele washing machine as well. So you are just surrounded by Miele. Anyway, come back in here. And this is the master cabin. And I want you to lap it all up on the screen. Can you see how beautiful this cabin is? We've got all the cushions on the bed again. We have the sock sofa, but I cannot demonstrate the sock sofa today because I do not have any socks on. We have got a big TV and we have got this beautiful dressing table. Should Madame or Monsieur want to put on some makeup. And you've got all your oddments here for your bits and pieces. And then, I love this headboard. Look at this headboard. It looks like a wave, doesn't it? Look at that. But it's not, it's a fabric. And then we go through here. Got some little sweeties. Look at those little sweeties. We got some lovely wardrobes here with drawers, and you smashing the boat up here. Round this corner, follow me. Look at this bathroom. His and her sinks, a shower with molten brown London Arctic birch. Oh, I can't smell anything. Maybe I've got a blocked nose, but isn't it a beautiful space? Get a little bin, you get a huge towel rail which heats, and my favourite sinks, loads of mirrors. This space is unbeatable. I love it. So let's go upstairs and look at the flybridge. So let's go up onto the flybridge. I'm going to walk backwards because my back is so wet that it looks disgusting. So we're going to do the backward walk. But the first thing I want to show you is not the boat, it's Calador. Welcome to Calador. And while we're here, see all those boats on the hard over there? That's our yard. There's the yacht club. And these are the berths. We love it here. It's really, really nice. So, you've got twin helm. We've got the cat controls here for the engines. By the way, the engines are 1850 horsepower each. And they are huge. And the boat will do up to 33 knots. Although I strongly don't recommend it, because it drinks so much fuel, it makes your eyes water. Now, everyone's always trying to trip me up on my fuel figures. Let me assure you, we are putting the fuel in this boat. We know how much fuel it's using. This boat would do about 100 litres per hour at 8 to 10 knots. And it will do between 400 and 500 litres per hour at 25 knots. The boat only has 5,000 litres capacity. So yes, in 10 hours, we can burn £6,000 worth of fuel. We don't, because no one wants to pay that money, but we can. We normally go along at 10 knots, and that gives us 1,000 miles or so range. Anyway, at the upper helm, we've got the cat controls, the engine controls. We've also got obviously the compass, the bow and the stern thruster, the autopilot. This actually does the spotlight, believe it or not, the fire extinguisher. We've got a single big plotter up here, which is Raymarine Hybrid Touch, which means you can touch it and you can press the buttons. It does two things. And from here, you can also see the Portuguese bow, which we will show you in a second. But I want to show you the back of the boat, which you have to duck your head at this point on the 72. And at the back here, you've got these two lovely sun loungers. We normally have a couple of sea bobs up here. I don't know why they're not here. Maybe they've gone for a clean or a service, but they're normally sat up here. And you've got this lovely area, if you come back here, look, where we can look down onto the tender. We can look across to the Princess office there, and it's just a lovely place. Can you imagine of an evening stood out here having a G&T? Now also, while we're here, I'm the closest I've ever been to these domes, so come and have a look, and I'm going to talk to you about these domes. Now these used to be all the rage because they held satellite TV. So it was like a satellite dome like you could get at home, and it would move as the boat moved to track the satellites. But in this day and age, everyone has Wi-Fi. So what we tend to do is we take out the sat TV now, and we put in all our other instruments like Wi-Fi, we put GPS aerials in, because people love to see a boat with twin domes. Now quite a lot of the domes you'll see on various boats haven't got anything in them, because I'm seeing brand new boats being delivered now with these on, which have got nothing in them. And the cost of that dome without anything in is £2,000 per dome. And if it's got the sat TV stuff or the sat Wi-Fi, that dome can cost £20,000, and you've got two of them. Now while we're also here, we've got a TV aerial there, and this is the radar receiver here, which spins and picks up all the objects that you can't see in the fog and the dark, which we don't seem to get of much here in Calidore. So let's go and see the Portuguese bow. Okay, so we're going to walk to the front. There's the 72 badge. Very important. Do you know some people want these removed? Do you know why? Because then no one knows how big their boat is. And you think, why would they do that? Because then they might pay a cheaper berth. Oh, let me show you this. This is one of the diesel fillers. You've got one either side. It takes 2 hours to fill the boat with two pumps, one either side, port and starboard. This is the shout door. We won't demonstrate it today because it's quite peaceful around here, and I don't think they'll appreciate me shouting. And then if you go round to the bow, and if you keep going round to the bow and come back round this way, and I am going to demonstrate in this heat the sunbathing, because it's very important when you're on holiday that you have a nice sunbed. So, yes, I may look like a beached whale, but I am happy. Oh, it's so nice. So, let's wrap up with a summary. You can charter this boat in Calidore from us for about €36,000 per week. That includes taxes, but it doesn't include fuel or alcohol or berthing outside of Calidore Marina. It includes 2 crew, and the boat sleeps 8 people And if you ever have the chance to go chartering, whether it's on a boat this size or a lot smaller or bigger, my advice to you is do it. It's like escaping to another world. All your pressures of daily life just disappear. And I don't think you can put a price on that. God, I need some water. Oh, thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
It's so hot, isn't it? So hot. Right, Georgia, we're going to introduce Constantina and Constantina looks after the boat and the food and the guests, and Captain George,
hello,
as well, who drives the ship and is in charge of all the engineering, which is a lot of engineering stuff to look after, isn't it? So that's our tour of the 72. So this is the passer out onto the boat, and as you see, you just press this little button here, and then you gently just put it up, pull it into the, oh dear, where's it? Where's it? Yeah. Oh no, that's wrong. God. Has that done it? That one? Right, let's do that again.